Welcome into the Arrowhead Addict halftime show. My name is Bryce Carter. Thank you so much for joining us as the Colts lead the Chiefs 14-9 at half in Arrowhead. Um, boy, what is there to really say about what is stopping the Chiefs? It's not the Colts defense. It's the Chiefs. No sequence better embodies the 2025 Chiefs than the sequence to open the game. The Colts elect to take the ball. They don't get a touchdown. They don't get a field goal. The Chiefs hold them nothing. Punt. You win. You're thinking this is fantastic. This is exactly what you wanted. You defer. You still basically defer. You get the ball back after half, and you get an opportunity to go score and take the lead. Oh, special teams play holding or whatever the call was on special teams backs the Chiefs up even further. And then the first pass of the game, a weird tipped ball interception, which has been a story of the season. And keep in mind, too, like part of the reason why those tipped balls turn into interceptions is because you're throwing the ball so damn close to the line of scrimmage. I mean, that's a bang play. Like if you're PFF or whatever, you're calling that a turnover worthy play for Patrick Mahomes. Maybe, I don't know. It's close. But at the end of the day, they're that close to the end zone because of the special teams. Colts score touchdown. I mean, that's just peak 2025 Chiefs. And then you get another situation like that here at the end where Rashee Rice catches a ball, but his ass is sitting out on the white line. And those margins for the Chiefs have been everything. And they continue to do the things that they have done all year that's killed them. They get 2 trips to the red zone, yield 6 points. I will give them a little bit of grace there at the end of half sequence because that is a complex situation. You cannot, you can't run the ball. You can't take a sack. They had no timeouts. They were working on 3rd and 4th down. I'll give them a little bit of grace there because those are unique. Most importantly, they had to score, right? Like what wasn't acceptable is coming away nothing there. But the Chiefs continue to just hurt themselves. And Juwan Taylor, let's get this out of the way. The Chiefs absolutely got screwed with that face mask penalty. Everyone knows it was. It was not a face mask. It just wasn't. And it took a touchdown off the board. And that's the difference in this. The Chiefs leading this game, whereas instead they're trailing in this game. That is an example of refs sucking at their jobs. And that's what it's always been. The refs suck at their jobs. That's what it's always been. But it's no coincidence that was Juwan Taylor, right? Like, no coincidence, right? He's never going to get the benefit of the doubt in those situations. And he didn't there. And it took a touchdown off the board. And then, of course, the Chiefs get the obligatory makeup call with a really stupid roughing the passer penalty that was pretty questionable. Not the second one, but the first one on Grover Stewart. But that will be the one that everyone cries about. Not that one, not the touchdown that was wiped off the board where the foul says face mask. And Juwan Taylor did not touch his face mask. It was not a face mask. It was not. He didn't touch his face mask. It's just pretty clear. So regardless of that, the Chiefs, they're, pretty lucky to be where they are in this game, 14-9. We're going to run out of stats. The thing that jumps out to me the most is, say 2 passes there on that final drive to Kelsey and to Noah Gray. The Chiefs were just abandoning anything in the intermediate and deep part of the field. Before the Chiefs got the ball after the 2-minute warning, Patrick Mahomes had not attempted a pass over 10 yards in the air. They're just dinking and dunking. And I get, there's this chess match going on with Lou Anarumo where basically they are giving them the run, and I will give them this. They are running the ball. They 11 carries for Kareem Hunt, 3 carries for Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Yeah, Mahomes has a carry as well, too. I mean, they've carried the ball 15 times in that first half, and they are committing to it, but you're seeing the volatility of the run game. And more than anything, you are seeing the Chiefs cannot generate explosive plays. They're not getting them in the air, and they're not getting them in the ground. And that's where you get stats like this, where the Chiefs have run double the amount of plays. They've run, not double, almost double. Colts, 21 plays. Chiefs, 39. The Chiefs have 16 first downs. The Colts have 5. Guess what? The Colts have more points. That's because they've generated explosive plays. They get that big one to Austin Doolin, and then the explosive play in the sense of a turnover, right? So the Chiefs outgaining the Colts 178 to 19. Yards per play, 5.7 for the Colts, 4.6 for the Chiefs. That's really the difference in this game right now. It's just that turnover and penalties. The Colts actually are the more penalized team, 8 penalties for 63 yards. Most of that yardage coming from 2 roughing the passer penalties. Chiefs penalized 3 for 24. Of course, the obligatory special teams won. Looking over here at the box score, Patrick Mahomes, 14 for 21, 117 yards, interception, obviously, 2 sacks for 2 yards. I think you're just seeing the classic Lou and Arumo game plan where they're going to leave things open and try, or not leave things open, but they're going to keep the box light and they're going to kind of mush rush Patrick Mahomes with a spy, try to limit him as a runner. And then in the same breath, they're going to try to flood coverage and flood man coverage in the back end. And they've got good players. And hey, Mahomes, like, I thought Tony Romo did a great job saying, like, hey, if he hits him on the outside shoulder there with Rashee Rice there, he probably like scores a touchdown there, right? So that's an opportunity for them there. I thought that they did a nice job committing to the run, and that was a good job by them. And I think the defense has done all right, especially when you consider 7 of the points that they allowed came in goal-to-goal situation after they had gotten a stop. Jonathan Taylor's been held in check, 7 carries for 22 yards. I mean, we talked about this pregame. The Chiefs do a pretty damn good job here of shutting down these type of backs. Like, he's averaging 3.1 yards per carry as long as 8. You'll take that. What you can't have is this. Ashton Doolin, a 48-yard reception. Michael Pittman, 3 for 15, one of those being a touchdown. Tyler Warren, they're shutting. I mean, 3 receptions for Pittman and Warren. You got Mo Alley-Cox, Drew Ogletree scoring a touchdown. Like, that's the thing is, like, you go into these games wanting to shut down these top weapons because, like, that's what you say. You say, like, oh, well, if Ashton Doolin and Mo Alley-Cox are going to beat us, then so be it. Well, guess what? It's happening, right? So here's the one bright side is Chiefs are moving the ball well inside the 20 or in between the 20s. And they've not really got a lot from Xavier Worthy or Rashee Rice so far in this game, or Tyquan Thornton. Kelsey's having a good game so far. They've got to find a way to finish in the red zone. I think that they've done a pretty good job on the Colts offense so far. Getting them to punt twice, I consider that a win, honestly. So, just going in here into the second half, I mean, the protection's been fine. He's been pretty well protected. I think most of the time that he's having to pat the ball or getting hit, he did take 2 sacks. I think a lot of that's been about him more patting the ball for coverage than anything. It would be great if the pass rush did something. That touchdown there that Daniel Jones had, the second one, George Clark was really close, but the pass rush has got to show up. This is the exact game script that you did not want if you're the Chiefs, by the way. Like, where the Colts, they continue to have this ability to run play action. Jonathan Taylor's still a threat. Everything is based off of their run game, and then you're not asking Daniel Jones to light the world on fire. They were talking about, Daniel Jones is just playing well. He knows the system, all these things. You watch it, and it's like, he's not doing anything impressive, right? But he's just operating inside of the confine to the offense. So it's huge that we have the Chiefs come out here after half and put together a touchdown drive, not a field goal, touchdown, right? That gives them the lead. That starts putting the pressure back on the Colts. That'll put the Colts basically not running an offensive play for, 45 minutes of actual time. That's your opportunity there. This is where the Chiefs and what they have offensively needs to win, right? People will put this on the defense so far. They can't. They gave up 7 points when they were handed the ball at the 3 or 4 yard line, and then they gave up 1 real touchdown. The offense has to go be great. They've got one of the most expensive offensive line in the NFL, a first-round pick, a second-round pick, a third-round pick, a first-round pick wide receiver, a second-round pick wide receiver, a free agent wide receiver, a guy who is having an all-pro season level at tight end at age 36. you guys score some touchdowns. It's just how it is. So hopefully they are able to do that. I have seen quite a bit more Tyquan Thornton on the field. I do think Tracy Wolfson's reporting was correct on that too. Maybe that's something that's coming out here at half. Has seen a little bit less of I've seen a little bit less of Hollywood Brown. So we will see how this game ends up turning out. I want to believe the Chiefs are going to be able to work this out, but we will see how that goes. Whether it's a celebration or a sobbing party, we will be here afterwards talking about it with Adam Best and Patrick Allen on the post-game show. So come hang out with us. It's great to have a noon kickoff where you still got plenty of time in your day to catch the afternoon slot, catch Sunday Night Football. So come in here. We'll see how these results are going here. Just a quick glance around the league. Look here at the scoreboard, something that might be relevant to the Chiefs. Let's see here. You've got I do not want to see the NBA scoreboard, ESPN. Okay, here we go. Steelers are up on the Bears. You'd probably prefer the Bears to win that game. 21-17 Steelers. Ravens losing to the Jets. Interesting strategy there. Packers leading the Vikings. That's NFC. Patriots leading the Bengals. I mean, I don't think the Chiefs really ever have a shot at catching the Patriots at this point. Seahawks are beating up on the Titans, the Giants and Lions, 2017. So really the only game that I think actually matters here to the Chiefs are Ravens and Steelers. You want those scores to flip. You want the Bears to win, and you want the Ravens to win because the Chiefs have the tiebreaker over the Ravens. They don't. I mean, maybe I don't know. That one's kind of tough. Like you might want the Ravens to be in the wild card mix because the Chiefs have the tiebreaker over them. We'll just have to see. But thank you so much for joining me on the halftime show. We'll be back here post game talking about everything. Have a good one.